Okay, gonna try to make this one a little shorter. Running out of breath making all these videos. Basically, I like to do videos for items like this, especially, so you can see it as is if you were here in person. Basically, kind of makes that decision making a little easier, I think, online, especially when you're talking a couple $100, which compared to what they are new, it's a fraction of the cost, but nonetheless, still an expensive item, and I think it's with 6,000 parts, I can't do it with all my parts, but on a lot of these bigger parts especially, I like to do videos for them. So, my name is Jeremy. I'm a one-man shop. I own a company called Highline 4x4 here in Denver, Colorado. Specialize in 8706 Wranglers, maybe someday the JKs, and maybe even go back in time to do the CJs eventually. But right now, this keeps me pretty busy. So, these are soft full doors, and they come apart in the middle. They did come off of a Jeep that I recently parted, so I know they work, and I know they sit on a Wrangler YJ 8795. A lot of people like these because they're the curve at the top, which mirrors the hard top. A lot of people who have had issues with the lower steel doors and not being able to find the upper curved corners, they're nearly impossible to find. If you do find a pair, you better buy them because they just don't exist. You can find them in the upper sliders, glass sliders, but the actual soft upper with lower steel is very difficult. So these doors, there's Velcro in the center. You can see. Actually, you can't see, it's under that flap, but that keeps that flap down. And basically, the only thing I've done to them, other than clean them a little bit, and you can kind of see, looks like a little bit of a wet spot around the actual area there. I put some really good product, BG lubricant on them, just to give them a little smoother of a, because they were a little sticky, not sticky, but when they get moisture and stuff in there. So I'll show you how everything works and make sure and everything. They are used. Do understand that they're not new, but they're in good shape. If they're too rough, we would actually, these aren't rough at all, but if they were, beyond salvageable, we just throw them away. But they're in good shape. So the weather stripping's in pretty good shape. It's got a couple of snags on it, but nothing too big or anything that I would worry about even leaking. Just wear marks mainly. And then insides actually are really clean on them. Nothing that I did clean them, but didn't really spend a lot of time. I just washed them off. There's a couple marks on the windows. You can kind of see a little dark spot. And I didn't take Windex or cleaner or anything. That somebody told me you can buff these things with a buffer and actually clean them right up. There's a lot of things out there on YouTube, I know, but these windows you can actually still see through. So I don't know if I'd mess with them. Again, the middle halves do come apart. There's a middle mechanism there with an Allen, and you basically undo that, and then allows it to slide off. And then the same on this side. Got the one up there. You can put those things anywhere for security purposes. They still have, so this is your handle, open and close, and then they do have pockets like you'd find on an interior door to put stuff down in there. Just nothing sharp, hopefully. But these aren't torn at all. These are in really good shape. And I've had this happen before where I've sold a set of these and they get them, oh, these aren't compatible with YJ. Well, they came off a YJ, so I know for 100% sure that it is a YJ door. There's a little bit of grease spots there, do know that. But anyway, back to what I was saying. Normally when doors don't fit a YJ, it's not the doors, it's usually the hinges, because at a factory, for whatever reason, not all doors are made equally. And when they bolt them up, they tighten the hinges after the fact. I wish I had an example, but all my tubs are stripped completely. But basically, your front hinges on your firewall side, on each side of your doors, if your doors aren't aligning, and the striker's not the problem, occasionally you can adjust the striker, which again is on the back side of your door jamb in your tub. But if that's not the problem, then it's normally those hinges. And what you do is hopefully not strip them, because those torque heads are notorious to do it. And again, this is on your Jeep side, not the door side. But you undo those. You don't have to pull them all the way out. Just get them so that the hinges are loose and move. And then you'll sit your doors on there and close them, and then figure out how it looks good, straight, your doors are straight, and push on it and then tighten them. And that's the way you adjust them to do that, okay? Someday I'll do how-to videos of everything I can think about, because we have questions like that all the time, and I have no problem explaining it, but it'd be a heck of a lot easier if it was just explained once. Okay? Zippers. I haven't even tried these yet, but I'm going to show you here in a second. They're clean enough. They shouldn't have any problem. Now, if you have zippers on your soft top, soft doors, whatever, and they're stuck, what I usually tell people to do, instead of trying to force them or grabbing vice grips, because that's when you'll break them, is take some good lubricant and just line your zipper with it, and normally once you get it to move, you're good. You're golden after that, unless they're completely gone and then they'll break anyway. But these ones, and it usually happens when they've been weathered a lot or to get dust in them. These ones are so clean, I really doubt this is going to be any problem. When I try to hold this here, so, and just go all the way up here. Corners are always a little bit, there we go. All right, so now it opens. You see the windows down there now, and then you got the nice open window there, okay? So back up here, just to show you on this one. And again, they have a little bit of crinkles where that's normal on them. You just take them, if I didn't have my hand, there we go, perfect, okay? And it should really be that easy all the time. Preventative maintenance, just lube them when you wash your truck. That's a good thing to do on zippers. You don't ever have to worry about them locking up on you. So that one did real nice and smooth, just like it should again. So I think that takes care of it. I'll have the photos as well for you to look at. And then if you have any other questions, give me a call, 720-987-8772. You can see my parts bins. I specialize in really small parts that they don't make anymore, and I sell things all the way up to frames and tubs, and all my Jeeps come in running. None of them are wrecked, so I literally usually have front to back of a Wrangler. So yeah, I think that takes care of it. Appreciate you watching my video, and let me know if you need anything else.